Live with Clive. Clive, BaselWorld 2018. I am absolutely stunned. This is a game changer. What do you think, Clive? Tell me what's your first opinion of this whole shenanigans?
Well, okay. Can I say it's not too early to say that I called it? Haven't I been saying Pepsi, 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 Pepsi this entire time?
I would never have believed it. I would never, ever have thought you would have got it right. I thought you were just pissing into a campfire, Clive.
Oh, by the way, real quick, guys.
Yes.
I want to post the description on. I'm going to try to post. Try to post it. Now Safari's acting up. Nope. Hold on. God damn it. Try and send Dr. Bruce a link.
Now,
yeah, well, and okay, sorry.
Clive,
now,
I'm absolutely shocked. Absolutely shocked. Let's, I think the biggest, fuck! My IE's just shit itself.
Nice. I'm going to send Marky Mark.
Now, Clive, the biggest thing that's happened that is absolutely a game changer is Tudor. And I got to tell you, the Black Bay GMT. Let's just jump straight in, Clive. Let's not muck around. What do you think of the Tudor Black Bay GMT? Tell me.
It's a nice looking watch. I think it's closer to the vintage. I think it's closer to the vintage Explorer. I mean, vintage Pepsi GMT than the current one is.
Now, did you know this is the first time it's having snowflake hands on a GMT?
Well, yeah, because it's a Black Bay, so of course they've got to put the hands on everything, or otherwise it wouldn't be a. Now,
CLYVERS, let's look at the specs on this watch here. 41 mil case.
Oh, by the way, if I could just bring up one thing. Shit. Oh, did I happen to mention that there's a new Archie soundboard with like three times the
No.
Quick wristwatch check.
Hey, can you send me that link, Clive? I love to see that. That's fucking amazing. CLYVERS, this is I wanted to talk to you about this. This is an absolute game changer. 41 mil case. I reckon that is the size the GMT Rolex should be.
Right.
In-house caliber MT5652 COSC certified movement. This is amazing shit. 70-hour power reserve. Now, I got a feeling I wanted to talk to you about this GMT. I think it's like the GMT1, where the 24-hour hand is basically just 24-hour version of the normal time.
Right.
I don't believe it's independently set, like on a GMT Master 2 or a Rolex Explorer 2.
Oh, hold on. Let's see for a second. Sorry, but go ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
So basically, Clive, what I'm saying is this watch here itself is it's like the original GMT Master 1. You basically, the 24-hour hand is not independently set like an Explorer 2 or a GMT Master 2. You basically rotate the bezel to set the second time zone. Does that make sense, Clive?
Yeah, of course, it would really help to illustrate it if you have a GMT Master 1.
And we just so happen to have one here, which is another cool thing that Rolex has done, is brought back the root beer. I can't believe it. They've brought back an old favorite, the root beer. What do you feel about the root beer? I think that is one of the most beautiful I'm just shocked, Clive. I'm completely awestruck. I am completely awestruck.
In precious metal, right?
Two-tone as well. Root beer is in two-tone. Just like the original, they don't have an all-steel version of the root beer, but they got a two-tone and a solid gold, a rose gold. Clive, it's rose gold.
Is it rose gold or two-tone or both?
Two-tone with rose gold, I think.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's nice.
It's better than nice. So what I was saying to you is that the I got to tell you, CLYVERS, I got to tell you, let's go and have a look at some of the Rolex offerings. The Rolex offerings.
Right.
And they have done something.
Let's go back for a second to the, of course, the little man has to say, has everyone acknowledged he was right. But you'll notice all this time I've been saying Pepsi and everyone else was saying Coke. My argument was Rolex often, if they try something new, they usually use it in the precious metal watches first and kind of get it perfected, the manufacturing process perfected in small scale, and then they move, once they get it down, then they start moving up to stainless steel or larger batches.
Now, the amazing thing is we're also seeing the GMT with the Jubilee bracelet.
Right. However,
absolute game changer.
Everyone said no, it's got to be Coke. And why did everyone say it was? Now here, okay. Why did everyone say they're going to do it in Coke rather than Pepsi?
You tell me why, Clive.
Because they said, well, if Rolex comes,
you were right. Clive was right. Clive was 100% right.
But no, but the argument was now. This for delusion is that, but if Rolex releases a Pepsi in stainless steel, it'll completely devalue the white gold models. How much do you think Rolex really cares about the value of the piece you've already bought?
They don't give a flying stuff about how much you've lost or gained or what.
They only care if they think you might make money off one of their watches. If you lose, yeah. So that's why. And again, and if the last few weeks, if you've laid down like tens of thousands of dollars on a white gold GMT Pepsi,
yes.
Fucked. So anyway, I wanted to point it, not just because the fact that I was right, but simply the fact that I was right and Rolex fucked a lot of its previous customers over. But, Rolex doesn't give a goddamn about what your watch is worth.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Clive, please tell me this. I'm just bringing up here, this is the Ever Rose GMT Master 2. Look at this. That's just amazing. They're using a new caliber, the 3285 caliber. Okay. But
I noticed on the page, I went in the page and looked. Of course, one of the things you go through and see, besides the stuff that's there, you look for what's still there. You see, have they taken anything?
Clive, just 1 minute, Clive. I want to show you something quickly. This is from the Rolex site. Look at this here. This is a 1955 Rolex GMT1. How similar does that look to the Tudor? Look at that, Clive. Look at that. Look at that, Clive. What do you think?
It looks pretty similar.
How similar?
That almost looks more like a Batman, does? I mean, wait, you're talking on the right, right?
Yep.
That kind of looks like a Batman, really. Black and blue.
Absolutely amazing, Clive. Clive. But this is amazing shit that's happened. Okay.
Batman, I mean, okay. All right. And everyone has been telling me since my little hissy fit at the ADs last month, hashtag Rolex sticker shock, Clyde, Clyde, you screwed up. You should have got a Batman. You screwed up. Should get a Batman. Batman.
Fuck the Batman, CLYVERS.
Yeah. Actually, if I'd had a nickel for every time someone told me that, either
a nickel or a nipple. A nipple or a nickel.
Yeah, if I would have had a nickel for every time I've been told that, I could have bought 2 Batman. I could have bought a Batman and a Robin. So, I mean, I think, but here's the thing. So Batman is still for sale, but it's only like, what is it, $500 or $600 cheaper
Now,
than the
Clive,
Pepsi.
Clive, I got to tell you this, man. The reason why, you know why the Pepsi is more expensive than the Batman? Do you know why?
New bracelet.
No, it's because Rolex has always traditionally charged more for a Jubilee than an Oyster bracelet.
Well, it's part of Rolex's never-ending Fonzie scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you didn't ask, but I'll still show you.
Yeah.
You know what that one is, right?
What's that, CLYVERS? What's this? Show me, CLYVERS, on the screen. You're on camera now, CLYVERS. Cool.
Oh, it's kind of.
Can you please bring back? I thought you were going to bring back that beautiful two-tone GMT you had there. Please bring that back up.
What's wrong with my Hoyer?
Clive, get in the moment. You got to get into the moment, Clive. We're talking GMT. This is game changer.
Oh, you mean this one? Oh, okay.
Oh, bring it back. Bring the nipples back. Nipples.
Well, you'll get nipples when I'm ready to give you nipples. Hashtag no homo. Okay, Super Chat, Tanzil and Sorry. Archie, your rival, the governor, said he purchased a rare bird for his wife, much to Clive's chagrin. Is this a woman's watch, and is 36 millimeters still small?
36 mil is too small. It is too small. I don't know if you've seen my video I made last night. Actually, I don't know if I've uploaded it yet. But guys, I tell you this now. Can I tell you a story about 36 mil?
Go ahead.
I went to a service provider a number of years ago, and I was wearing a 14270, and I was quite proud of my watch. I thought I looked cool. And I said to the said service provider, what do you think of my Rolex? As I was taking a shower. And she said, too small. She was complaining about the size. Okay? Too small.
Uh-huh. Well, here's also...
There you go. She was complaining about the size.
Well, I'm sure that's not the first one that's complained about size to you. It's probably not going to be the last. But here's the thing. Here's the subtext of it. The beautiful part is that basically Tanzil caught the governor, or AVG, bullshitting. He asked him what he thought about the Rolex Rare Bird. Well, and he sat there flustered, and he tried to, okay.
That's super cool.
Ving Tenier, $2 super chat. She wasn't talking about your watch, genius. Cardinal Ving, respect us. No, okay, Ving, I also sent you a link, man. But, no, but the thing is, what he basically, AVG, and I have to admit, I'm starting to use that I'm going to borrow that from Dr. Bruce. AVG didn't know what it was, and he kind of covered his tracks and tried to bullshit his way out of it.
Beautiful, Clive. Yeah, beautiful. Clive, tell me, BaselWorld, anything you want to buy? Is there anything? Would you buy a Tudor Black Bay GMT Pepsi? That's so fucking hot, that watch. Come on, Clive, tell me the truth.
I'd consider it. Well, but here's something else I'm wondering about. I almost wonder if Rolex's current strategy is more about building up Tudor than it is about selling Rolex.
Rolex is a completely Rolex is no longer affordable for the average man.
Yeah, but Tudor. So instead of Tudor being the poor man's Rolex, Rolex is going to be the rich man's Tudor.
Yeah, oh, by the way, I got something for you. My camera's fucked at the moment. My camera is not working. My problem is I use Firefox as my browser now because my Google Chrome shit itself. It refuses to start. And now that I'm using IE just to do the live shows, it's fucked up something. My camera's not working, and I just wanted to go on live because I was stuck in a traffic jam for 2 fucking hours this morning trying to get my kids to school, and I'm just fucking not in the mood to fuck around with technology that's not working. CLYVERS, I wanted to say to you, Clive, you were the biggest disappointment of BaselWorld has been Omega. You made a very good comment about Omega. Can you share that with the audience?
Oh, well, you mean, like you said, I was looking over the Seamaster 1948, right? And to me, it looks a lot like my vintage linen dial, which is actually a little bit earlier. And I actually just I released it. You've got me doing it. I'm starting to do Archie speak now.
Yeah.
I released my reaction to the announcement. Oh wait, super chat. Arch, which of the following would you be chuffed to bits over? Licking Vegemite off Don Haynes' bald head, taking a shit on Clive's rare bird, or a new Pepsi GMT?
New Pepsi GMT, no question of that. I actually am considering getting one. I'm considering.
You mean Tudor?
Yeah, the Tudor, of course. I can't afford the Rolex. I'm a working class man. I'm working class. And I tell you the truth, guys, don't go and get one now. Wait for the prices to fall. They will fall.
They'll eventually catch up. But here's the thing, though. Also, right now, Batman, I'm so glad I didn't get a Batman because they're still selling the Batman. It's not discontinued. I was actually thinking, uh-oh. Whoops. But they're still selling it right alongside the Pepsi, at least when I checked earlier today. And it's like $500 cheaper.
Amazing.
Yeah. How much? I think, I think instead of, but all of a sudden here in the flyover states, you couldn't get a Batman for love or money. You could offer to get on an AD's list and blow the AD, and it wouldn't make any difference.
Is the Batman going to become more attainable? Is it going to become available, or what's your go with the Pepsi? What's going to happen? Actually, Clive, if I were you, I'd be wanting to get a Pepsi instead. Do you want to get a Pepsi? I'd get a Pepsi. That'd be a cool watch.
Super chat. Archie, should I sell my 16570 in PAM 005 for a 16710 Pepsi? No.
No. Stupid.
That horse has left the stable. It's too late.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not worth. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, there's certain things. There's certain times to buy, and there's certain times to sell.
And you've missed it. You've missed that boat. That boat has sailed.
And like I said, I did a quick video this morning. It's just, or the afternoon. It's like, GMT regrets. It's like I screwed up pulling the purchase on a GMT, but it's not what you thought. It's probably not what you think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret not getting the Batman. I'm glad I didn't get the Batman. Where I screwed up was not getting a Pepsi last year when I could have got one or two for somewhere in the $600 to $6,500 range.
I still think the Explorer is cooler than the. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay, that should no. Okay. The Pepsi's cool. Pepsi and the Cokes are cool. I got to tell you, Clive, perfect 2-piece Tudor combo collection, 3-piece Tudor combo collection, Tudor Black Bay, Burgundy as your diver, Pepsi as your Tudor Black Bay, Pepsi as your GMT, and as your chrono. What about a fucking Monte Carlo 3-piece combo meal deal?
No, I think you could drive around and with them with a Civic or a Corolla just as easy. It doesn't have to be a Monte Carlo.
Boom, boom.
Now,
they were never a good car. The Monte Carlo was never a good car. That's an AMC car, wasn't it?
No, it's a Chevy. Now,
okay.
Actually, now.
Oh, that was the Gremlin was the AMC car.
Yes, exactly. But then, the original Monte Carlos are pretty kick-ass. When they came out with it like 10 or 15 years ago, nothing but trouble. Now, but I'm so glad I didn't get a Batman, because here's why. I bet you you're going to start. I mean, you're going to start seeing Batman Batman becoming available, because who in God's name, in the right mind, would get a Batman with the older design? Oh, here we go. Christopher Chin, how's a 5513 1988 as a one-watch collection?
I actually
awesome.
owned one of those there. Please don't bring that up. I sold it cheap.
A 50. Yeah, I saw your video earlier. You actually, you sold, yeah.
No, actually, I owned a 5513 R serial number. Mine was, and
1988.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I was a fucking idiot.
I'd put that on a rubber strap, Chris. I'd save that bracelet. I'd save that.
It's a great watch. It's a great watch. Yeah. 5513 is perfect.
Okay, Tanzil, sorry, $10 super chat. Archie, would you do which of the following to be #1 on the Pepsi GMT wait list? Okay, this one ought to be good. Here we go.
Yes.
Take a job as a gay gigolo.
Yes.
Muff dive Namek Kim to the sound of Rudy Dobson's greatest love hits.
Yes.
Or titty bang a certain obese Puerto Rican.
I take option 2.
Okay.
Because after she's had a shower, she scrubs up pretty cool.
Nice.
Hey,
Cardinal
Jim's joining us. How are you?
How are you?
Hey, I just cannot believe it. This is a total game changer. I released my Razzle Dazzle BaselWorld bullshit video again, and I've had to eat my shit because total game changer. I cannot believe we've got a Pepsi back. I can't believe they've got a Tudor Black Bay GMT.
I called it. Yeah. Ah.
You told me to wear my Breitling hat last time, so I got it on now.
I noticed that.
My Scheitling hat.
Nice.
What's the go, guys? Vin, what's the go? What's your go on the GMT that's come out? Tudor and Rolex. What's the view? It's a game changer.
I think the Rolex GMT is not too much of a surprise, but you know, the Pepsi bezel with the on the ceramic.
Wasn't to me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, the ceramic bezel Pepsi colors. They're a bit off to me. I don't quite love it so much. The Tudor,
because the dial on the Pepsi is sort of a bluey black, isn't it? It's not a black dial, is it?
I think we lost him, Vin. Go ahead.
No, I think it is a black dial. But you know, the bezel, you know, the aluminum bezel, the colors are a lot brighter. On the ceramic bezel, they're kind of, you know, it's a little. The colors are a bit rich for me. It doesn't look like they're not real Pepsi colors. It's the red is a little too dark. The blue is a little, you know.
It's like oversaturation, basically.
No, sorry, apologies. They've changed the dial on the white gold Pepsi.
Okay, $5 super chat. Tanzil, sorry. Okay, Archibald Shitterfield III. Let's discuss the Patek Philippe Nautilus Perpetual Calendar. Our Dobster ordered the Royal Oyster Perpetual. Is that a bad move now?
I don't think a Patek is ever a bad move, do you? I don't think a Patek is ever a bad move. It's Pateks are super cool, and I got to tell you, the BaselWorld, what they've done is amazing. Did you see what Patek has done, Clive?
No, I didn't really keep up with it. It was hard enough to keep up with Rolex because today, and do you know why?
Why is that, Clive? Tell me.
Because I have a job.
Oh, you got a job.
Okay. By the way, did you check out that new Archie soundboard?
Yes, I love it. I have been spending way too much time on that board.
Okay, hold it. No, listen, I'm actually on one. Do you want to hear it?
Be prepared to be anally raped. What the fuck do you want me to do? Rim your fucking asshole?
Okay, let me play the one I'm on.
Why did you become a vegetarian? Did you want to lick out a lesbian? That's a vegetarian, you moron.
Hey, that's amazing. Where did he get this stuff from? I can't even remember saying this stuff.
And you know, I was telling you that we could literally construct a paid review from the comment.
Yeah,
from the
I texted it. Yeah, I got on his webpage because he provided it. So I said please provide the rest. Please provide the rest of Archie's watch collection. So after he goes to, the thing that's coming up that we're not supposed to talk about. After that's taken care of, we can actually just do the watch reviews. We can just hit the buttons, and there we go. And by the way, Archie, new rule. The triumvirate. Yes. Whenever you get up, we're going to Archie off. Oh, by the way.
Actually, guys, by the way, I'm just going to take a toilet break. I'll be back in a minute.
I want to put it on record here. Tudor sucks. Tudor sucks. Or you can just tell me to stick it up my fucking ass. Fucking go for it. Life is for living. Pictures are for fucking go and get it. Go and grab them. Grab these bitches.
Nice. I mean, I've wasted so much time. I have wasted so. I also went on every other watch forum on YouTube, and I posted links to the soundboard there.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Anyway,
if I went back in one of the Archie filler vids, it was posted on there. Wait a minute.
That ain't wholesale. That is retail pussy, fuckers. Doctor, give me the flu because I got a backache in loving you. Come on, man.
Watch Archie mispronounce several words and phrases. Oh my God, guys. I mean, seriously. Oh, there's also, Was I the real, can Archie tell when the paid revester trolls? No. Okay.
They are a bunch of fucking cunts. These are fucking friends. These are fucking parasites. Worse than the carpet beetles in my fucking room.
So it's recent stuff.
Because people are morons.
Okay. One other one. I'm actually mentioned specific. I've got my own one in here. Trouble is, they're all crammed in there, and it's really hard to. Okay. Ving, as an Asian legend, can you please comment on your thoughts on Archie speaking in broken English, mimicking any Chinese person he meets?
Well, I do the same thing when I'm in Asia, so I can't really blame him.
Nice.
Batman!
Damn, it's as annoying when he does it live. I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I even need to be here anymore. You just guys got the soundboard and fuck me dead. You just take over. That's all you need, CLYVERS.
Give me his number. I'll tell this jerk what a fucking turd he really is.
Fuck, these are good ones. These are good ones. I can't even remember saying that.
All chums together. Clive was a very handsome man in his younger days. That'll never fucking come back. It'll never fucking come back. He will never be that hot 20-year-old smoking the pipe.
And by the way, the pipe was an actual pipe. I would like to point that out for like tobacco.
I want a big man size perpetual calendar. The market is fuck this, fuck die, from the Latin meaning absolutely fucked. Terminal dog shit.
Okay, Archie is super chat. Tanzone, sorry. Archie is the new ceramic. Is the new Pepsi GMT worth it versus going pre-ceramic? You can enjoy both the Oyster and Jubilee bracelets versus only the Oyster steel in the new one. Good question.
I gotta tell you guys, I fucking think any Pepsi is cool.
Yeah, I gotta be honest.
Sorry,
with you.
let's not split tax. Any Pepsi's cool.
Yeah, and and also the older, believe it or not, back in the day, like when they when they sold this one, you actually got your choice. You could choose whichever one you wanted. Can you believe that? You actually had choices for Rolex. And they asked you if they could take the stickers off. Asked. Yes. But
Mine didn't even come with stickers in the 90s. They didn't even have stickers on these fucking things. Did you know that?
Yeah, because
they had a box. It was in a cloth box.
But I think right now, what do you think the Pepsi's going to do to Batman? You think it's going to knock it off the perch, Bing?
Oh, I think the Batman's going to tank. I mean, it's not going to become worthless, but it's going to.
No,
they're not going to sell for over retail anymore because it's not the hot new thing anymore.
You can actually get some because now people are going to go in for the Pepsi, and they're going to say, "Well, and they're actually still even selling the black bezel." But here's the truly cunty thing that Rolex is doing. It's only a few $100s less for these two, with an older movement, an older style, an older this, and older that. They're selling it for almost the price of the Pepsi.
Yeah,
cunty. But I think eventually, I actually, if you want a Batman, don't buy new. Be cool. Be cool. Wait for the new rich fuckers to flip their Batmans to go get a Pepsi. Wait, and I'd even say with the Pepsi, Pepsi. Now is the time for patience. Everyone's going to kill themselves to get it now. It's going to be over. It's going to be over retail, just like the Batman was. But eventually, they made the Batman for 5 years anyway. It might take a year. It might take a year and a half or 2 years, but eventually supply will catch up with demand. You know how I fucked up though? I should have got vintage. God damn it! I should. What I predict is now Pepsi. Now Tanzil might actually have a point because you think Pepsi is hot now. My God, Pepsi's vintage Pepsi, the GMT 1 and the GMT 2 is going to get so goddamn hot that you'll be able to light your cigarettes off them. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean they were hot already, but they're going to get even hotter.
Yeah, they're going to be magma hot.
The white gold Pepsi could be good buying though. The new white gold Pepsi.
You know what I think is going to happen, guys? I reckon you're going to be getting a white gold Pepsi secondhand for not much more than a fucking brand new steel Pepsi being sold at premium.
Oh, if I could get a white gold.
Go and buy it! I'm so excited for you.
If I could get a white gold Pepsi for
Archie versus
15, okay. I would jump on that.
No. A white gold Pepsi will be about 25, 30. A white gold Pepsi might maybe say 30, right? But the steel one, they're going to be selling for a huge premium. They might be 20 US for a steel Pepsi. Do you understand? It's not such a good value.
To feel the third. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.
I mean, 20 US is like steel Daytona premium.
Yeah.
I still think the Pepsi could go that high. Why not?
And the steel Daytona has a higher MSRP than the GMT.
This is supply and demand. We didn't say anything about fairness or logic.
No, of course.
The Pepsi is so cool. It is so damn cool.
Well, like you said, God damn it, I should have got a Pepsi in Arlington last summer, but I got an Explorer 2 instead. I
got a feeling, Clive, it may not be as bad as you think. Maybe the pre-ceramic Pepsis, they may actually become more affordable as they've released a steel. No,
I don't think so. Because right now, they are not gonna flood the market. We know that. I mean, hell, they pretty much made that. They pretty much laid down their game plan in 2017. Cut back supply, and watch everyone kill themselves. It's like the Purge, except at jewelers. Wow, okay. Anyway, but they're going to cut back. So there's going to be a wait list. It's going to be the hot new item. Everyone's going to be waiting, salivating. Everyone's going to be talking about it. In the meanwhile, people that are frustrated, being on the list for a new one, being told, it's going to be Daytona. It's going to be a Daytona wait. And as they look around, they'll be thinking, that pre-ceramic That's $9,000. That's actually not that. That's a little bit less than what the new one will cost, and I can get it right now.
No, Clive. That pre-ceramic, that's $13,500. That's not much more than the new one. That's what'll happen, Clive. It's going to explode, CLYVERS. I'm sorry.
Hell! Fucking hell!
Okay, so super chat.
Oh,
sorry. Archie, did you know that Clive has announced on the Turban Century channel that his next diver is going to be a squally? Squally.
Hey, that's okay, Clive. Whatever Clive does is cool. Clive actually supports me a lot. There's no worries there.
No, that's Tanzil. That's Tanzil fucking with me. He basically super chatted AVG, or actually, if you spell TVUG like Bulgari, it kind of almost spells thug.
Gotcha.
I like that. I've been doing that lately, but it works better written than it does. Anyway, but no, that was him. That was him basically saying Clive's next watch is going to be squally. So he was saying, he was giving me a thumbs up. It's like when I remember when I joined the Urban Gentry club for about then I got on the live stream and talked about, and then I was booted out within 10 minutes. The TV gave me the autoplay. Hey, look for this AVG live stream. I'm thinking, why not? And of course, everyone is basically. I was being nice. I'm respectful. You're in someone's house. You behave yourself. I was brought up with like class and shit like that, right?
Exactly.
But literally everyone
By the way, guys, I've got a very fascinating guest on the Archie Luxury channel. Maybe before we do the Live with Clive show, I've got a guy by the name of Justin Paperny. He's from the channel White Collar Advice. Okay, I'll be interviewing him on my channel. Very interesting.
I'd like that. That'd be nice.
White Collar Advice. You know what this covers, don't you?
Office jobs. So
no, it's kind of more when you go inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
White Collar Advice.
White Collar Crime is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I've got him as a special guest on the Archie Luxury channel.
Well, see, that's where my mind went to. That's where I went to automatically. But that's just because of my jarb. And the funny part is, in the flyover states,
yes,
in my little patch of the woods, the white collar folks are twice as bad. As sometimes they're more tenacious and dogged than major crimes because they almost have this Avis mentality. We try harder. We're not going to let people think that white collar crimes don't matter here in this county. By God.
Oh, I see. Got you. CLYVERS, tell me this very quickly. What watch shocked you at BaselWorld? What's the #1 shock?
Nothing really. I mean, I think everything was. I mean, well, no, actually, I will say that it's the Tudor Pepsi.
Okay.
I still think Rolex's strategy. Rolex is trying to move itself up into almost Patek Philippe or true hotorology. Because when if you can make more money selling less watches,
Jin, what's your shock for this BaselWorld? Tell me what your shock is. What's the biggest shock?
I think it's the I think it's Tudor ones, the GMT, and then the new 39 mil Black Bay, because the 39 mil Black Bay has a new in-house movement that's made for like mid-sized watches, they say, because previously the smallest watch that the old Tudor in-house movement would go into was 40 mil, the North Flag, and now they have one that can go down into probably 37, 36 mil.
I would have to say.
Sorry, I have to point one thing out.
Yep.
Suck a Please proceed.
The biggest shock for me, definitely, I'm sorry to say this, is the Tudor GMT. That the Black Bay Tudor GMT, absolute that is a game changer, because that's going to retail similar to what the Tudor Black Bay Heritage, the diver, the burgundy diver I've got, and it's affordable, it's absolute game changer.
Well, yeah, but here's what I mean. Literally, that's what I was thinking. But I think Rolex is trying to push themselves up into more a higher tier of horology than it's at already. Make them sell less pieces for more money, and they're trying to push Tudor. They're trying to climb up. They're trying to climb up a rung and pull Tudor behind them. I think most people, instead of aspiring to a Rolex, will instead be looking realistically at a Tudor. Okay, Ronnie Paul, $5 super chat. The Jubilee on the new Pepsi sucks.
Oh, sure. Just come through here. Come through here. Hey, just come through. I'll just say, hey guys, I just got. Come in. They can't see it because I've got a screen up.
Yeah.
Guys, actually got a fan who's come to see me. I got to shoot off, but you guys can chat if you like.
Wait, show me.
Is it Scotty?
No,
does he have
actually, my
does he have Hungry Jack's voucher?
I'm using fucking IE.
Show
it doesn't work with Firefox. Show me what you got. Oh my god! You never guess what these guys have brought here in.
And there's the original.
Cocks and dresses.
No, a fucking GMT Pepsi on a Jubilee, a pre-ceramic.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
They brought it in for me to see. Oh my god! What a great thing to have. You see the releases?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think they probably
7,400.
Yeah, I think they've seen the releases.
No papers, but 7,400 and the original bezel. And that's everything's original.
Alexa, convert 7,400 Australian to American dollars.
I love that Patek. I don't know if you like it. With the salmon dial.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Super money, but
how much is it? I've got no
quarter
idea.
of a mil, I think.
Oh, that's
it's a perpetual calendar chronograph.
Jesus.
Okay.
Christ. It's amazing.
How much is? What do you think, guys?
We can't see it. Your camera is off.
I know. I can't believe. What the fuck is wrong with my? This thing sucks. You know that it just.
Okay, $5 super chat. The Jubilee on the new Pepsi sucks. It's too prone to stretching. You think more? Okay, Ronnie Paul. My understanding also is that they came out with the new Jubilee on the new Datejust, on the Datejust 41. Unlike previous Jubilees, which were folded.
I can't believe that you bought this.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Through our Uberoki.
Yes. What?
Our Uberoki.
Who's that?
You remember we got this guy we deal with?
Ah, shit.
And
you've got
good. He came through.
What? No, guys. Let me break in. That's Uber. That's Uber Aussie. Uber Aussie. See, Oki he's in Oklahoma. So he's the watch guy in Oklahoma. If it's Uber Aussie.
Hey, I can't get my camera to work, guys. I'm gonna have to shoot off, but you can chat. You want to chat, or do you want me to end? What do you want me to do, Clive?
I don't know, Ving. What do you want to do?
What do the punters want?
Okay.
Well, I'll just leave it go, guys. When you finish, just hang up and it'll self close. It's fine. Just do that. Okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You can chat and do whatever you like there. Just don't get my channel pulled down because I depend on this for my livelihood, guys.
No, we don't dare. Suckerhorn's monitoring in the comments.
Yep.
Now,
okay.
Let's talk about the Ronnie Paul question. Anyway, the Jubilees of old were folded. They were hollow. The new ones are solid.
But it's original. It's not too bad. Like,
guys, I gotta go. See you later. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Okay, they're just
okay.
That's fine.
Okay, he's gone.
Gotta have one dog in there anyhow. Woof, woof.
All right. Okay, Ronnie Paul. Of course, my understanding is, and I know people that have bought the new Datejust with the Jubilees. The Jubilees are solid. They are rock solid. They're comfortable. The Jubilees of old stretch. The Jubilees of now are solid. solid metal, they should not have the stretching problem that the old ones did.
Yeah, and not only are they solid, but the bars that go through the links to connect them are made of ceramic. So they, you know, when they were steel, you could stretch the steel, but now they're ceramic, so they don't stretch at all. They are really solid.
Yeah. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I mean, now that said, obviously, but I think that's a perception I think a lot of people are going to have, because in my head, you know, to me, I don't know if I have a Jubilee. No, I do have a Jubilee left. I think I've gotten the vault. But to me, Jubilee means, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Calvin Chung. Do I sell the Moon Watch plus a 2016 Explorer 1 for a new Pepsi? No. Okay, Calvin. Okay. You don't have to, Calvin. You don't have to worry about. Don't have FOMOs. They're going to be making that Pepsi for you. Even if you were to sell it right now, it's going to probably be a year or two before you could even get one. Number one. So it's not like the Moon. I've mixed feelings about the modern Moon Watch anyway. But thank you, Rudy Dobson. But it's not like your Explorer 1 for 2016. The 21470 is a piece of crap all of a sudden. I would say save your money and get on the list and save your money, or enjoy what you've got and save your money and wait for one to hit the used market.
Or buy a Batman. Buy a Batman. There's nothing wrong with a Batman.
Oh yeah, if you can get one used, if you can get one for a good discount. But here's what I was actually thinking of. Here's the, how much do you think Archie regrets his one watch per brand policy now?
Maybe, yeah. I think with Tudor especially. I mean, he's gonna. I mean, the new Tudors. I think that's what I really liked from BaselWorld, really.
Well, yeah, but kind of like I said, I almost think they're trying to move most people out of Rolex into Tudor. That's why actually what I think.
Yeah, like and Tudor would be the new Rolex, and Rolex would move up beyond that. The thing is that whenever I walk into a Rolex AD, I stop by the Tudor section, and then I look around, see what they have in stock, and over a few visits, you try everything on, and it's hard not to walk out of the AD with one, because the price is so good that you don't. I mean, it doesn't really hurt, so you're like, it's so easy to just sort of lose any self-control and just buy one.
Well, yeah, especially the GMT. Like I said, I have to admit, the GMT really captures the looks of the old Rolexes. I think more so than the new one does, and that's going to be tough, especially. And you can get that one on an Oyster bracelet.
Yeah, and
you can't get the Rolex. So, dang. I mean, how much is the MSRP on the on it? Like 4,000 or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's really good.
That's kind of reasonable, really, and it's got the in-house movement.
Yeah. With the GMT.
With the GMT. No, that's it. I mean, yeah, I'm saying, how many Rolexes do you have?
I have right now. I just have two. I have the Explorer and Datejust.
The Explorer and the Datejust. You've got the Explorer 1. You've got the newer. Oh, that's right. The 11470 14270.
Yeah.
114270. Hike.
Yeah. And I have a Datejust 16234. The white gold with the fluted bezel. No, steel and white gold with fluted bezel.
Yeah. Yeah. The case will only fit the Jubilee. You can't. Oh, okay. Vington Yates. This is a comment from LLD. He was wanting the video on Hodinkee about the Pepsi GMT, and the case will only fit the Jubilee. You can't swap an oyster if you wanted.
That's
okay,
a shame.
now, yeah, it is. It's the way it's totally against, but it's almost you know, I see a lot of parallels between Rolex and Apple, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier today, but yeah.
Well, now here's the thing. Now maybe, and like I said, coming into horology through Archie luxury through the Pontiff, and having not just preached but practiced the gospel of used steel sports stunners.
Yeah,
I'm not really, you know, BaselWorld is almost like coming attractions for like 5 years from now. So I never really paid a whole lot of attention. But this year I actually had because of the announcements and everything else. Now what I'm wondering is, do watch companies, guys, help me out on the boards here. Do watch companies announce stuff ahead of BaselWorld, or do they normally announce it at BaselWorld? See, I don't know, but it seems like it hasn't really officially started.
Yeah. And
to me, Rolex making these big announcements on their website, you know, not really at BaselWorld, but during the same time frame, that's almost them signaling that they don't need BaselWorld, don't you think?
Well, I mean, they don't, but also if you go on their website, it does say, you know, 2018 BaselWorld releases, like with a GMT. So, you know, I think BaselWorld has declined a lot in the last several years. You know, it used to be the only game in town, and now they have SPH, and BaselWorld itself, the attendance is declining. The sort of independence that they used to have at BaselWorld, there's not as many of them anymore. So, I mean, I don't think it's really what it used to be. It's basically, I mean, all the Richemont brands, and they own a lot of great brands, they're all at SIHH now. And at BaselWorld, it's just basically Rolex, Patek, and Swatch Group. But, you know, Swatch Group, nobody really cares because, you know, another Omega limited edition. Nothing really exciting about that.
Here's one thing about your limited edition.
Although that vintage inspired Seamaster, I think is gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, you've seen my linen one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it too. And it's like, yeah, it is limited. It's a limited edition. I'm like, you sons of fucking bitches. Yeah. You know, there you go again. Cunts. You're cunts. God damn it. The Swiss are fucking Nazis with better chocolate. Ruthless.
I think we have an Archie Luxury sound recording of that.
The Swiss almost the Poms are cunts. The Germans, I hate the fucking Krauts, you know?
Did you hear that?
I was nuts! Out of my fucking mind!
Okay,
oh, you want to be a lawyer? I mean, the world doesn't need more lawyers, fuckers!
Also, if you could put, and like I said, I sent the guy, I need to figure out where I got that from so I can actually give him more credit for it. If you go, well, actually, wait, now if you go to the bottom, there's a list.
The best website of all time. And the background image.
Also, like I said, we need the rest of Archie's watch collection. We also need references to ladyboys.
Yes, ladyboys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Uy?
Let's play bum chumps together.
All right. It's hours of mindless fun.
I was having so much fun with this today. You're
welcome. All right. And then I was posting something, and then this guy sent me a response. I'm like, so copy, paste, copy. I was like sending it out to everybody. Oh my God. So I don't know. I don't know if Rolex is going to more of an aspirational brand or not. Do you think the days of used Rolex sports being readily available is gone, or you think it's a bubble that's going to pop?
You know, I don't know, because I mean, with Rolex, they always price themselves just a little bit outside of what someone, you know, would sort of be willing to pay. So, you know, people would have to really stretch and feel like they made a sacrifice to buy it. I think right now their prices are still sort of around that range. I mean, you can buy the Air King still starts in like what, the 6,000,
6,250 here in the U.S.
Yeah.
And that's for the Air King. That is, yeah. No, technically that's a
for
sports.
one, not much more than that. Still under 7,000. And like a steel Datejust with is around that price too, or a little bit less. And yeah, I mean, the Oyster Perpetuals you can get for about 5,000. So, I mean, they're still at a level where, you know, someone could think about buying one. Just sort of a normal person who doesn't really want to spend 5 figures on a watch.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they're moving that way. I mean, at what point are they eventually going to price themselves out of the market? I think there's an average jump, just on average, just on anything, nothing. Things that carried over, things they didn't do a damn thing to, that exact same thing that they sold last year. I think they went up for like anywhere from $500 to $750.
Yeah, I looked at the Milgauss, and I expected them to go up by 300 in Canada, and they went up by exactly 300, from 9,100 to 9,400. But I think that given the weak Canadian dollar, it's still cheap compared to most places in the world. The AD actually, the AD told me that they would call me before there was a price increase, and obviously they didn't. But
no, because
they don't know.
Dealers.
They don't know.
Well, you should have expected that right before BaselWorld anyway. I'm a dipshit. I actually knew, even I knew enough about that. Any pieces you're eyeing over? Anything you're looking over? Are you almost more like? I mean, I hate to say it, but like, you know, unless I happen to be like you know, in this rare target of opportunity, I go to just say the annual convention over at York, Pennsylvania, and there's one old guy in the back that hasn't really kept up. You know, so if I see like a Rolex GMT 2 or something like for 6,000, I'm going to shed a kidney to pay for it if I have to. But I don't, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of these models now, it's almost like, eh. Now, have they updated the sub yet? Have they updated the movement in the sub yet?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. And again, and you know why? Oh, super cheap. What do you think, guys, think of the new Omega Railmaster? I like the Omega Railmaster. I love it. It's one of the. It's like the Seamaster 1948. It is firmly rooted in vintage. I think those things are just sharp enough to shave with. Trouble is, guess what they are? Do you want to guess how Omega released them?
Limited editions.
Yeah, limited editions again, because that's the only goddamn thing they know.
Although, I mean, some of their limited editions actually do stay hot. I mean, like the Snoopy from a couple of years ago. I've wanted one so bad. I think it's a really cool watch. It's a lot of fun. I don't have a Speedmaster right now, but if I did buy one, I would want to buy a Snoopy. But they're like 20 grand now. I mean, it's outrageous.
Well, if you were, is there a Rolex piece that you're looking at, or are you thinking, that's pretty much gone?
Well, I mean, the Zebra Milgauss I wanted. And I mean, that's the one that I asked the AD. You know, I was like, try to give me a heads up before the prices go up so that I can come in and buy it. But, you know, it doesn't really work that way. And it only went up $300. It wasn't like the end of the world.
Huge.
So.
It wasn't huge.
Yeah,
now,
it's not a big.
any of the ADs in your area still have the whites or not? White Milgauss?
No, it's just Z Blue. Z Blue.
There is actually, when I had my little hissy fit last month, I looked down the counter and there's a white Milgauss. I'm like, how much is that one? And they quoted me the price, you know, and it's just like, that's been discontinued for 2 years and you're still applying price increases to it. Awesome. What? You goddamn greedy mother. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of, but on the other hand, especially, you know, the days of used steel sports stunners, I kind of think those days are gone.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the price of subs has gone up quite a bit in the last year. Like pre-ceramic subs, GMTs have exploded in the last couple of years, and yeah, nice watch. I've actually been thinking about one myself, getting a bluesy, not a GMT, but a bluesy. I think I'd rather have a bluesy than a new sub.
I think so.
I have been tempted by a gold sub, but I think I'm not quite.
You'd be an idiot. You'd be a freaking idiot.
I'm not quite at that. I can't quite pull it off yet. It's like the date.
You're not quite. You're not quite at super pimp status yet.
No, I mean, first, I don't want to look like a drug dealer, and second, I'm not quite the a middle-aged greasy man walking out of a swimming pool in Bangkok with a gold sub on my left wrist. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to give it another 10, 15 years till I do that.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know. Yeah, I actually think maybe the bubble will burst. Maybe there'll be a market correction. But on the other hand, if you've listened to Archie's advice, unlike Archie, you probably I mean, don't you think that? No, I mean the people that already snapped up the steel sports, don't you think they're kind of sitting pretty right now?
Yep.
Yep, you're damn right. We're sitting. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's a double-edged sword because it's like, you know, shit. Now, I was kind of wanting this one other piece or this other piece, and it's really expensive now. But then you look at what you already got, and it's like, yeah, yep. So, yep.
You know what I have been thinking since I will be, you know, my problem with buying a watch in Canada was that. The fucking taxes. They fucking nail you. They will, if they see you, if customs sees you mail a box, something that looks like a watch box, into the country, they will intercept it, and then they will ask you to come in and pay the duty on the watch. And but now that I'll be living in the U.S. for a few months.
What town, by the way?
It hurts me too much to. It hurts me too much to say. I don't want to say.
You don't have to say the state. Just say the town.
No, I mean they're all.
Hattiesburg, Gulfport, Biloxi, Jackson, Meridian.
No, I wish it was Gulfport. Gulfport's not that bad, but Jackson is a fucking shithole.
So it's Jackson?
Yeah. But
okay.
At least when I'm in Jackson, I will be able to buy. I'll be able to buy off Joma Shop and not have to pay the fucking duties. So I'm thinking of getting a Piaget, the Piaget Polo S. They're like 6,000 on Joma Shop, and that is a fucking sweet watch for $6,000.
Which one again?
The Piaget Polo S.
Nice. Wow, they don't have shit.
No, they don't have fucking shit.
No. So you've already looked. Have you checked Craigslist in that area?
Yes, I have, and it is it's fucking miserable.
Wow.
Yes, John Doe, an Asian in Jackson. Be careful. I won't be in Jackson proper. I'll be in Richland, so I'll be safe. I do know what I'm getting into, and my company told me do not stay in Jackson. They're not that bad. They're sending me there, but you know.
Boy, you're not going to stand out at all, huh?
Well,
that's good.
I'll be the diversity, but you know, I've lived in Kentucky, I've lived in Indiana, so I'm used to not exactly blending in.
Literally, there's nothing. There is nothing there. I mean, wow. I thought Oklahoma was a Rolex black hole, but there's nothing.
Oklahoma is upscale compared to Mississippi.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Shut up, Rick. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that my dollars will go pretty far in Mississippi, I think.
Yeah, they will. How far are you from Dallas?
I think like 6 hours from Dallas.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Damn, that's hurtful. That is hurtful. You don't talk about being Jesus. I mean, you know, you'll be able to take. You're going to be able to take the temperature of America because, you know, they're going to be sticking you in places where they'd stick a thermometer.
Well, you know, I look at it on the bright side. You know, I'll be in Mississippi, and you know, college baseball. It's college baseball season, so and you know, SEC college baseball is huge. Like the Ole Miss and Mississippi State baseball games. I mean, those are a real event, and also the Neshoba County Fair. I have wanted to go to the Neshoba County Fair for like 10 years, and now I get to go. So that'll be fun. Nice.
Well, you know, you're going to probably, when you go to Mississippi, you realize the collective IQ of the state's going to probably go up 3 points, right?
Well, if it does, it's not because of me. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it would be because of you.
I do know that the Asian population will probably go up by at least a couple tenths of a percent.
Absolutely. Oh well, so yeah. So what do you think? You think you'll be looking at the Tudor GMT or not? I mean, looking it over, but you know, I hate to say it, but it's almost still. It's like, well, it's really cool, but it's a Tudor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing about Tudor is that there are some Tudors that I like. You know, I like the they still sell the Tudor Day-Date in the Tudor Day-Date in Hong Kong, with the Cyclops and everything. I kind of like that watch because you know it's the Day-Date without being in precious metal. You know, you know, wearing a gold watch is kind of with a gold bracelet is a little. It doesn't work for every situation, but I also think, you know, with the Tudor GMT, it's like, you know, the only Tudor that I was really thinking about buying was the North Flag because you don't see anything in Rolex that's even similar to that.
The which one?
The North Flag.
Yeah, that is But the closest thing would be, cool I think the closest thing would be the Explorer 1, maybe. And that's not even.
But it actually has the same case shape as the 1530. And I actually sent you a link. It's based on the 1530. Right. And except it has a power reserve as well. So that's something you don't see in any Rolex.
The North Flag, and actually the Tudor Ranger is kind of a nice little quirky watch. I think they quit making that for years.
Yeah, the Ranger is cool. I like it, but you know, it has an ETA movement, so that's the only thing that sort of turns me off from it. But yeah, I think that's the thing about the new Tudors is that they're cool watches. I think the nylon straps are really cool. They're super comfortable and very high quality. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like it's a Tudor and it's a poor man's Rolex. And if I'm gonna spend Yeah, if you spend four grand, you can buy a lot of cool stuff for that money.
Well, that or it's just like I'll save up for a little bit longer and wait for something else. Wait for a sports model to maybe wait for both hands. Wait for Grandpa to sell a sports model, or wait for the uneducated seller. So yeah. I was also kind of looking at here. One of the big buzzes around here is Constellation pipe hand dials. I've heard all of a sudden nothing about them, then all of a sudden several people talking about them.
Well, I mean, the Constellation was the first like watch that I really got into watches with, and I bought a couple of pipe hands back when they were selling for less than $1,000. Then I sold them for $2,000. I would love to get one back, like a solid gold one. But they're getting expensive now. I mean, pull runners are getting expensive, but the Constellations are even more out of control.
Well, yeah, I actually think I think this is the time to look for like heritage. Okay, Tanzil, where the fuck have you been? Archie hasn't been on the Archie, yeah, okay. Archie, which of the following new Rolex bezel releases would you take for being banged with a strap-on from Randy Munter? A Pepsi root beer just 36. Well, actually, okay. That's incomplete because it really a lot of it depends on the size of the strap-on. I mean, if it's a small strap-on, then he's got a lot more flexibility. It's like, well, you know. But no, I'd say probably a Pepsi, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you thinking?
It makes the most sense.
Now, any watch brands out there, any vintage? You think that any bargains out there still left or not?
I mean, vintage Zenith is still super undervalued.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, there are some others. Some of the, I kind of think Ulysse Nardin could get in style. I mean, and some of the older pieces, they are.
Yeah, older pieces. I still think 50s and early 60s Movado still has the possibility.
That is possible.
Well, and here's my rationale. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Literally every other vintage brand. I mean, vintage brand has shot up, so Movado's going to have to go there eventually. And I'm talking about not just the museum. I'm talking about pieces.
Vintage Breitling has not really gone up too much, and now that Breitling is really, trying to shake things up, go after the Asian market, go after smaller sizes, I could see the vintage watches coming back in style, and like a vintage Breitling chronograph, like 35, 36 mil.
Okay. Ving, which of the following is true? Clive made the wrong decision turning on the Batman. Clive plays bingo when he's not on live chat with seniors.
Oh, he definitely plays bingo when he's not on live chat with seniors. When he's not on live chat. Yeah, absolutely. Is that the Eterna?
No, that's a Movado from the 50s.
Nice.
It's all in the crown.
Some people in the comments were talking about Oris. There was a new Oris Diver 65, actually at BaselWorld. I like that a lot, actually. I've been thinking about getting I know it's a shitter, but sometimes you need a shitter, and the Oris Diver 65, you can get them for like $1,200 new.
There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I mean, it's not a luxury. Just because something is not a luxury watch doesn't mean it's a piece of shit. It just means it's not a luxury watch.
Exactly, and having a, you know, Oris actually makes decent watches. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to the 80, I've tried them on, and they feel good. I mean, as far as quality goes, they're, you know, miles ahead of like Tissot or Hamilton.
Now, here's something else. Now, do you think Archie might have, you know what serendipity is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think with the Rolex price bubble and used Rolex pieces becoming suddenly made of unobtainium, do you think he may have actually stumbled into, do you think his collection might actually make sense in the long term, to where that if you can't get good deals on the Submariners and the GMTs, do you think Archie's collection, like the IWC Engineer and the rest of them, do you think those can go up in value? You think the people that is just like us, it's just like, well, I can't buy Rolex. I don't really want to go Tudor. What else is out there? Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the thing about IWC is that IWC is very hit and miss with their collections. Like, you go and look out there, and older like Portofinos, they tank. Right. Nobody likes them. The Da Vinci's, they tank. I mean, you can get a Da Vinci perpetual calendar chronograph for less than 10,000. That's just insane. And
well, on the other hand, it's the same with Audemars Piguet. I mean, I've actually, if it's not a Royal Oak, you can you've got some cash in your pocket, you can deal. I don't know if I'd want to, considering, you know, resale would suck and servicing would still be just as fierce. But
yeah. But I mean, the IWC, I think the Ingenieur has never really been a very loved collection. The vintage ones are nice, but the modern ones, I don't think people really love them. I think if you go IWC, you have to go pilot or Portugueser. I mean, Portugueser is, I mean, that is IWC.
Now, Portugueser, is that an old guy that lives in a town near the ocean?
It's probably made for old guys who live by the ocean. No, but I mean, I think the Portugueser chronograph, they had a couple of limited editions. They actually had a Canadian limited edition of 150 pieces. It was a Portugueser chronograph rattrapant. So it was a split second Portugueser chronograph, which I thought was super cool. But MSRP was 14,000, and they wouldn't discount a cent. So it's like,
well, and like I said, a lot of them, they've a lot of these brands have been out, or a lot of these lines have been out for so long, and they have screwed with the brand. Oh, yeah, he's okay. Sending his picture. Oh, he's having Starchy is having Diet Coca-Cola. Well, okay, you have to see a Pepsi. That's okay. So send a picture of the box and papers Pepsi. That's the closest he'll ever come to one. Well, sorry, but that's true. And there's Portuguesers. There's a couple of Portuguesers over here by Sharko, south of me in Dallas, but they're at a movements. So it's just like one or the other. Choose a strategy or choose a philosophy, guys, because you know the price kind of stays the same, but you know one year you have ETAs, the other year you have in-house.
Yeah, and I mean even the Portuguese rattrapant, it's based on a 7750, but they took out the rotor and made it manual wind, and they added their own in-house split-second chronograph module on top of it. So even their perpetual chronograph is based on a 7750.
Okay. Thing, which of the following watches will get Mimi T hot and bothered at the karaoke bar? Okay, Tanzil, if you weren't like Middle Easternish, that would almost be racist. But is it one? Okay, never mind. An Oris driver, a JLC moon phase, a seagull moon phase, or a squally lion chart?
Well, I mean, with I mean, with Asians, it's all about brand. So GLC moved there.
Yep.
I mean, I would say a date just would actually probably do better, or a Piaget actually. Piaget is fucking dynamite. It's fucking dynamite.
That might. I've been talking about Movado. Maybe Piaget might be the
No, vintage Piaget. There are some great buys with the vintage Piaget dress watches. Like you can get them for about 3,000-4,000. You can get a triple calendar for about 6,000. And Piaget triple calendar. That's like a real brand with a real movement in gold.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess we'll see what the surprises the market throws at us, right? But it's just like, I mean, if you have Rolex, hold, or sorry, hodl. This is not the time, unless you're like our AC3 and need to sell for personal reasons. This is not the time to sell. This is to hold. This is not the time to buy. If you were coming into the market now, would you look at vintage pieces, or would you save up your money and get one Rolex and just go with it, kind of like what they did in the old days, kind of like Dad's watch collection strategy? I kind of like this piece, and I'm just going to. Okay, Clive, how much money do you think made as a child playing short round in the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Enough for a Piaget? Well, child actors, if we know, they usually get financially exploited by their parents. And Bing, your parents are Asian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he definitely got exploited by his parents. So yeah, they would have Jackie Coogan'd your ass. Just no, So you would have it'd be an Oris.
Yeah. No, I actually wish I bought an Oris for my first watch. My first sort of watch that I bought was a not even a Movado, like lower than a Movado. It was an Esque by Movado.
Okay, well, that's still.
And then my first automatic was a Tissot.
If you had to have a one and done or a final exit watch, okay, the watches you have now, which watch would be your last one? If you wanted to say, screw this, I'm liquidating, I'm cashing out, but I'm going to keep one watch, what would it be?
Oh, Explorer 1, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same, because, either the Explorer 1 or the White Milgauss, because they hit a multitude of box. The 36, and okay. And he says 36 is too small. On the other hand, you have one because you're Asian. I have one because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
And I think it's 36. It's perfect on the Explorer 1 because it's not too big. It's a cuff dweller. It'll go in and out of a cuff.
Yeah.
But the high visibility dial means I'll be able to continue to read it and see it clearly as my eyes continue to go to shit with the ravages of age. So I actually think the Explorer 1 would be the exit watch.
I think it's a perfect one watch. I would be kind of tempted by my Datejust, just because if you think about a versatile watch, you think Datejust. But I think with the Oyster, my Datejust is on a Jubilee and has a white gold bezel, and it's from the 90s, whereas the Explorer's from the 2000s, and it's on an Oyster.
Okay, wait, a couple of super chats. Dr. Bruce, what's best flying G6? Tudor, Pepsi, Rolex, Pepsi. Oh, what's best flying G6? ? Tudor, Pepsi, or Rolex, Pepsi?
I mean, you got to go Rolex, Pepsi. I mean,
Yeah.
If you're flying in G6, you have you're what are you? It's not a fucking poverty.
Okay, the Nature Boy says, my name is Clive and I love sucking Archie's horns. Actually, no. Actually, you keep in mind, I grew up from a family of ranchers. I've seen horns. I've seen bigger horns. So his horns aren't not that really impressive. Now, I've actually seen bulls being dehorned, which actually kind of disturbed me when I was a kid. It's not a pretty sight. All right. Tanzil, have you ever seen bulls being dehorned?
No. I mean, I have been to my fair share of rodeos, but I've never seen a bull getting dehorned.
Okay. Clive, did one of your aspiring Oklahoma rapper clients who recently picked up a marijuana possession card trade you that Adidas tracksuit for law review services? No, actually, my friend Charlie Herman's okay. Yeah, actually, my friend Charlie Herman sent it to me, and it's still a little bit chilly here at night. So, Oklahoma, we go up and down. The temperature varies widely, and it's a good time to wear it. But thank you for thinking I am a Clive wearing the Notorious B.I.G. collection. Thanks. Dehorned for the Cadillac. Yeah, man, I'm wearing down. You wanna call it a night?
Yeah, I think got a couple of things to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to wind down everything else. I'll see if anything else comes in. Oh, the Submariner. You think that I don't think they're going to update the Submariner.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Do you know why? Yeah, because they probably still have 3 or 4 crates of the old movements that they need to get rid of, and they figured people will still line up to buy this damn Submariner. So, and that's no different from AP will put the shittiest. The most popular lines that people will buy no matter what, they could pit they could pit a movement with dried up ground dog turds, and people, as long as the dials move, people will buy.
I have actually been thinking, instead of the Piaget Polo S, I've been thinking, should I get a Royal Oak instead? I think the Royal Oak. I think the price range is we're talking about a different price range here. I mean, because the Piaget is like 6,000, whereas used Royal Oak Jumbo would be, 5 figures for sure. So,
well, I'm really hoping. I've been looking forward to. I get my vintage Zenith Surf on the integrated bracelet back, and I'll have to. I think that is such a great effing piece for the money.
Yeah.
Pretty darn close to the Rolex 1530, and for just one hell of a nice price. I mean, I've figured out why I like the Rare Birds, and why I like the Royal Oak, why I like the Nautilus, and do you know why? I like they're all 70s. When someone basically said they're all from the 1970s, I'm like, that makes sense, because the other chronographs that I have are best Zenith. John, man, whichever one floats your boat.
Best Zenith? There are many best Zeniths. I mean, the tricolor El Primero is awesome.
Yeah.
Also,
if you want to go,
the Zenith Defy El Primero 21 with the new escapement. Yeah, that has actually been growing on me. I think they're really cool. And
well, and like I said, I'm looking through the design, my Defy, my classic Aero chrono. In a lot of ways, that has been defined as the low point of Zenith under Jean-Claude Bavard. But the more I look at this thing for a sports watch, the guilloche on the dial, the guilloche, the texture on the rubber bracelet, everything about this is finished so well. I mean, they put much thought into the dial and the case and everything else. It's almost okay. Here we go, Clive. You can fact right off of those shitter vintages that you're buying at these American picker flea markets. Get yourself a real watch, Pepsi GMT. All right, Tanzil, seriously, follow the herd, son. Just follow the herd. if you want to do what everyone else does, stand in line. Go right ahead. Seriously. The trouble. Okay, let's get something straight. All right, everyone pisses and moans about the Hodinkee effect and about Christian from Theo and Harris. But guess what? That's on the goddamn watch community. Because guess what, you dumb sons of bitches. There have been cool vintage watches out there from day one. There always have been. But you guys are so goddamn neurotic and so goddamn afraid. You don't trust your own gut. You don't trust your own instincts. You follow other people to tell you what's cool. So yeah, University Gem has always been a great watch. But most of you, God, there's been so many people out there with herd instinct. They have to wait for someone to tell them what has good heritage, what has a good price. So, but then you want to bitch and moan about Hodinkee? Screw you guys. It's your herd. It's you not doing your own homework. You not following your own instincts. You not doing the work yourselves. You want other people to do it for you, and then you complain when the prices go up. I have zero pity. So yeah. So the thing is, what you said about vintage and everything else, that's something that dumbass, lame-brained motherfuckers have been saying about every other vintage piece that has skyrocketed in value. So, Jesus Christ. That felt actually kind of fucking good.
Oh yeah, by the way, do you think I still haven't pulled the trigger on that vintage H. Moser that I told you about, the gold one? I did it for like $1,000, and I think $1,000 for an H. Moser. It's almost like, how can you go wrong?
On the other hand, well, check the values and everything else like that, because
I mean,
that's the other.
Vintage
the other thing about
terminal.
The other thing about vintage is that so many people have situations change and people still have outdated information in their heads. And Archie saying, for the longest time, Archie saying, oh, the Polar Explorer. All right, let's see. Okay, and Tanzil's getting a rise on me. I just realized I took the bait, didn't I? I totally took the bait. Clive, which of your no-name Swiss vintage shitters would be best at home at the local Applebee's? Which would be best at home at Denny's? I don't know. I really don't go to Applebee's or Denny's. Maybe you could tell us, Tanzil.
I only go to Denny's after a long night of drinking. Go to Denny's or Waffle House for chicken eggs, and you go to sleep, and you don't need to, no hangover the next morning, and you don't need to eat till dinner.
I actually heard a comedian once say that he had two simple rules he lived his life by. Number one, he never went to. Number two, he never went to a Denny's sober.
That's good advice. I mean, that's
actually really good advice.
I have never been to a Denny's sober either.
But and okay, guys. But what I'm saying is, okay, excuse the outbursts, but seriously. There's so many people acting on outdated information. We all want to hate on, like I said, we all want to hate on Hodinkee and these other people. Those people are aware of the state of the market. They know where this puck is going. Everyone else is thinking where the puck used to be 5 minutes ago. Pucks move pretty quick. If you don't believe that, puck you. But every grill piece used to be cheap and plentiful, nasty and plentiful. 15 years ago, you could get the manually wound Daytonas dirt cheap. You could get those, pick those up for a few thousand. And then all of a sudden all of a sudden everyone catches on to them, and then they become unobtainable. And then it moves on to another piece. Then went on to the Hoyers, because people quickly figured out the Hoyers have a lot of DNA. So guess what? The Hoyers started going up in price, and everyone said, "Oh, Hoyers aren't that great of a brand. They've been making them for years. They've got hundreds and hundreds of pieces lying around. This Hoyer thing's going to pass." No, it's not. The Hoyers have become It's happening with everything, guys. This is a consistent long-term trend with quality pieces. I mean, but you're even talking to yourself about the Omega pipe hand dials.
Yeah.
Just something like that. That one specific thing, you know, FOMOS. But I'm looking at it and just like, you know, I don't want to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a, you know, I realize you like them. To me, it's just like meh. And I don't want to put that much work into getting a good one and putting that much money into. Now, if you have already done the work and you have done the money and you have been ahead of everybody else, good on you. I mean, that's awesome. But I mean, the thing is with vintage, don't follow everybody else. Do a little bit of minimal research. Follow your gut.
Yeah.
If there's something that's out there, it's like, that's not a bad price and this is cool as fuck, well, then fuck everybody else. Fuck what Archie says. Fuck what I tell you to. Fuck what Christian Harris tells you to. Fuck, well, no, actually, Bing's cool. If Bing tells you you're shit, you should probably listen to him a little bit. But everyone else, fuck them.
Be prepared to be anally raped.
Okay, Lee Howard, Pepsi. Pepsi all day long. Vintage Pepsi, new Pepsi, or a Coke, or a vintage Coke.
Cokes, yeah, Cokes will go up too.
Yep. Bing, do you think Clive was excited when they released the bubble back at BaselWorld 1932 when he got a telegram about the release at the ranch?
Yes, I think he was this excited back in 1932.
Nice. All right. Okay, Tanzel, you got me. I took the bait. I have to admit, I'm tired, and I took the bait. You got me. But I still stand by every goddamn word I said. Sorry, but I do. And yeah. And the thing is, and Archie, God love him, and he, you know, if you don't have a clue or if you're really insecure, I think his advice, it doesn't, I don't know how much water it holds now, but, you know, when I came in, his advice was spot on for someone starting out. But, you know, eventually you got to make your own taste, you got to make your own choices. Doctor, I'm gonna get something. Oh, by the way, Doctor, would you mind holding on the fort with Cardinal Ving while I get something to drink?
No problem.
Okay. Also, while I'm gone, I want you and Ving to Archie off. Okay. Starting.
I don't have my app up. That's the problem.
Oh, shit. All right. Hold on.
It really irritates me. Some of these donkeys are the meanest fucking cunts in the world. They're meanest fucking cunts.
It is really improved. I thought that was actually Archie was back. I thought Archie was back. You guys fooled me.
This is the best thing ever. Oh my God.
I gotta find it. I wanted to elaborate because when you're flying your G6, that's kind of trendy, right? It's like a hip thing to do.
Well, it's more than trendy.
Yes.
It's like a fuck off plane. Like, that's the fuck off plane.
Right, but because it's the fuck off plane, you don't really need to have the Rolex, and the Tudor is the vintagey piece of those two. So that's why I was asking the question. A lot of the millennials actually like the Tudor more than the Rolex.
True. You know, I actually, as far as vintage subs go, I like the Tudor Snowflake subs more than the Rolex subs. Like a Marine Nationale sub, that would be the Tudor sub that I want.
But you know, this newest Tudor now, it has that vintagey look. It has the chapter ring thing going on. It really looks nice. I have to admit, it really looks nice. I'm not so certain I'd go with the Pepsi with the Rolex Pepsi that has the ceramic dial, ceramic bezel to it. I like that vintagey feel on the Tudor. I really do. It's pretty sweet.
No, I was more impressed with the Tudors as well. I think they're both super cool.
Clyde said he had to go get a drink because he was working out, right? He has a tracksuit on, he was working out, he's got to cool down.
I had to cool down because I was asked an idiot question. I took the bait on an idiot question. Someone got me worked up.
That was a good rant. That's classic rant. If Archie's smart, he'll cut that out and post that separate 2-minute rant.
Okay, let's go back to the first 3 words of that sentence. To a certain degree, I've achieved immortality, so my job here is done.
So, I'm curious, Clyde. Did you somehow get in contact with the person with the soundboard thing and have them update it?
No, but we're talking about. I think someone. It's a different one, so I think someone. But they basically. It was Facebook link, so I actually went to their Facebook page and said, "Hey, could you please put on current references? I mean, references to all Archie's current watches, maybe Ladyboys. Just thinking out spitballing here. I hate to use the word spitballing and Ladyboys in the same sentence, but yeah, that's just awesome. Trouble is, it's almost too much. It needs to be organized a little bit better. But otherwise, all we need is just
super chat. Tanzil Ansari, Dr. Bruce, which Rolex released today is best to wear when you're caressing a pair of fake Tata for optimal cupping and flex in the bracelet for a good squeeze?
Well, you know, that's a bit redundant because I'm not going to be caressing them unless that's the reason I'm doing it. So it's a redundant question there, but I like the question.
Oh, wait. We're talking about fake titties. Let me give me a. It's time to put on the gold. It's time to put on the gold nipple dial.
But I think his question was about the modern ones that were released.
Okay.
Because I too was thinking I'd want to be wearing one of my nipple dials.
So what do you think about the? Okay, what do you think about the root beer? I mean, yeah, you know,
I'm not as much of a fan. I think I'd want to go with. I think I'd want to go with all of those that were out there. I like the Pepsi, probably of the Rolex. I like the Pepsi the most. You gotta admit it.
No, okay, Ving. Now also, now you'll notice Dr. Bruce's avatar, right?
Yep.
This guy
one
has
of my favorites.
Yeah, that's probably one of his favorite pieces, and that's a vintage Gloria Genève.
Nice.
You ever heard of Gloria Genève?
No.
No, I haven't either. But here's the thing, though. This guy, I mean, he likes that as much. He has like a manly one. He's got one of those he's got one of those. Yeah. Ass kicking Daytonas, and he likes that just as much.
Well, the thing about this one is it's a little more subtle, and the dial is clean. I mean, that dial, it has a little patina to it, but it's a nice clean dial. My white dial Daytona really has a screwed up dial. I mean, I got it cheap because it's got a lot of damage to it. But this one is undamaged. Right, everything is relative. Everything is relative. This one was under 1,000. The Daytona I had to pay like 15,000 to get one that was damaged.
And I don't think you'd be able to get it for that now.
Probably not.
No.
That's a good question. I should take that one to the jeweler and say, "What's this?" But
okay, Dr. Chris. Okay, Dr. Briss, are you a chiropractor working the same strip mall as Clive's Law Practice? What kind of doctor can afford a proper mic? Fuck me dead.
Let me just go in reverse order. The reason this mic sounds a little odd is because it's actually primarily for voice recognition on my computer, and I do tons of reports, and that's how I make my living with my jarb. I should be able to find a cheap mic out there somewhere that I can just buy and use for these little chats here. But that's why it sounds weird. It's an intense mic.
Now, in case master
We could literally do paid reviews for all the punters out there with this fucking soundboard.
Hey Clyde, when you took off, I thought Archie had come back on because Ving was just going crazy with the soundboard. I thought Archie had honestly come back on. I thought he was on. I was planning to talk to him.
Yep. That's how good it is. Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Also, we need an I see, I understand desperately.
Yes.
So after someone talks, so we can do that. We put the Archie avatar up, and then they'll say anything. I see, I understand. Do that a few times as they keep talking, and then we just start throwing out random.
Fuckhead brain.
It's good for when somebody randomly says something intelligent. You say, I see.
Law, you want to be a lawyer? I mean, the world doesn't need more lawyers, fuckers.
Can't disagree with that.
Well, the world doesn't need more lawyers until you need one. There's also a couple of times where he's talked about doctors, but still, there's no need to play sides with each other.
Those are some of my favorites.
Hey, some of these doctors are the meanest fucking cunts in the world. They're the meanest fucking cunts.
I agree with that. I have to work with these assholes.
Okay, Dank Master, if you want to get the soundboard, please PayPal $20. No, actually, no. That would be fucking awesome if I pulled that off. Pinning links below to the Archie soundboards. You're welcome. So anyway, yeah. So I don't even know if I care about the rest of BaselWorld, to be honest. I mean, the GMT was I was really thinking about.
Yeah.
Which GMT?
What?
Which GMT?
The new one, the Pepsi they just released.
The Rolex GMT. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the Pepsi. I mean the Tudor is nice. It really is. Yeah. It's probably closer to. I mean, I like the bezel more than the. I mean, to me, it's closer to the ones. The original GMT
exactly.
one. GMT.
Exactly.
But it's got those funky ass Tudor ass hands, and it's still a Tudor. That's just the other thing. It's just like.
Yes, it is a Tudor, so it would have Tudor hands.
Exactly. I'm not wild about those blocky ass hands.
They are legible though at night.
Well, they would be, yeah. But here's the funny part. And people talking about Frankenwatches, but back in the day, you could get a watch and you would just basically say, this watch is all right, but I don't like the hands. You take it to your jeweler, your watchsmith, and say, Bob, this is the kind. Do you think you could do something about the hands? And Bob would shake his head, reach around his door, and find something. How does this look? That looks awesome. Let's go for it. Okay, there you go.
God damn, she has a nice figure. Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
Right. Were you looking at Harriet Sugar cookies? And if not, why? Why weren't you?
I was looking at a librarian.
Ooh, nice. Turn the phone around.
I need to do something here.
One dog in there anyhow. Woof, woof. Fucking hell! Rolex! Shega LaCoutre. Because people are morons.
All right.
So So I know you guys know. I came in late.
Fucking do what I say, or you fuck off.
What the hell happened to Archie?
Well, I think it had something to do with like unclean forceps at birth when they like pulled him out of the birth canal at the ranch. Too much calcium.
I assume they didn't have
calcium.
forceps. I thought it was because they didn't have forceps and he didn't get enough oxygen.
Okay.
But he obviously he was on the show initially. It took off for some reason, right?
Yeah, actually, a couple of guys came by and they showed him a GMT Master 2 vintage bought with the box and a Jubilee bracelet, so he was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Losing his mind.
You really should get that vintage Pepsi though. Probably now's the time to do it because the prices are only going to go up.
I think the horse has already left the barn, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna. No, I was gonna say second mortgage, but you have to have a first mortgage for a second. But I'm not gonna.
These tons of fucking bitches even go lower, Clive. These cunts know no bounds.
It's just like the real Archie. It's completely irrelevant to the conversation.
Yeah, like he's drifting, like his attention is drifting in and out of the conversation. I've actually sent this to several watch gurus.
I'm sorry about that.
That's right.
I didn't get anything done this afternoon because I was just playing on this. Simple pleasures for simple minds,
Yep.
It is very revealing, but it's also therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's probably a form of meditation.
Oh, here we go. I shouldn't take troll bait. Clive wouldn't even buy a new Rolex because it didn't have a sticker. You think he's going to buy a vintage Pepsi? Well, okay, look, there's a time and a place for everything, and I screwed up. I should have got a vintage Pepsi. I should have got one when I did. I should have got one last summer. Instead, I followed someone else's advice, and I got a next one too. Yeah.
But you passed on the Batman, and now you can go with the vintage Pepsi.
Did someone say?
All right, settle down, Archie. Settle down.
But I'll still take those. I'll still take that rare bird collection over any Batman any day of the week. Period. Finito. End of story.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something here. Remember that green Zenith? I'm debating about buying that green Zenith.
Oh, that one like mine? The one like mine?
Yeah, but it's got the green dial on it. It is. Every time I look at it, it's a little cooler than it was the last time I looked at it.
It's on a Chrono 24?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the magic of screen sharing.
There you go.
A Tanfield super chat. Dr. Bruce. Okay, Dr. Bruce, you want to answer the own super chat there while I pull it up?
I have to pull up the screen.
Okay.
I have limited
I'll get it. Dr. Bruce, which of the following adult film genre is considered best for your mental health? Mom POV, check casting, tranny grannies, Arches BBW amateur. I'd say Mom POV. I'd say Mom POV. And keep in mind, they're only MILFs if you're young. If you're middle-aged, they're hot young things.
Yeah, I have to say that sometimes you can be surprised by the BBWs. There's some nice-looking BBWs. Not all of them, not most of them, but sometimes.
But some are just some can be peacefully pumped, but it's like Botticelli, or you know what I mean? Just shapely, as opposed to. Ugh.
You never know. You never know what you're going to get.
Any nasty cunts out there want to buy one?
Is this the watch you're looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pull up go to your screen here. Yes. Don't you like that? Doesn't that look sweet? And it looks like it's in perfect condition too. That doesn't.
It really does. I do like. I have to. Do I like the green better? Yeah.
In a shitty startup in fucking Nazi land. That's what you think.
Notice the crown there between 4 and 5, which is kind of a neat little touch.
Yep.
I'm not a dress watch guy. I love my chronos. So.
Yeah, I do like. I have to admit that green dial is cool as shit, though.
Every damn time I look at this thing, because it was saved because I was helping you.
It's almost more Royal Oakish with the green. That's why I think it is.
That's right. And every time I look at the damn thing, I go, maybe I should buy it. Maybe I should buy it. Maybe I should buy it.
It's very 70s, and the case is angular, not like the 1530, which is sort of like a typical, like the oyster quartz sort of rounded shape. You know, the Zenith case is angular. It's like hexagon.
Exactly. The way it should be. I mean, if you're going angular, you need to go angular all the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's so expensive. Why could it be like...
Okay, Dr. Bruce, here we go. Super dollar, $5 super chat. Dr. Bruce, aka Dr. BBW. That was good. Okay, I gotta have it.
That was pretty strong. That was strong to the hoop, and I don't mind being called that, I suppose, because yeah.
Do large women prefer butt sex? Because it's easier for them because they already take large dumps.
I think it's actually that the men have a hard time figuring out where things are, and it ends up being sex for them. So that's what I think's happening.
Well, like I said, how do you screw a large woman? You roll her in powdered sugar and aim for the wet spot.
Oh my God.
No, here is mine, much more reasonably priced, not $3,000.
Somebody said that I sound like I'm at a Hillary Clinton rally. Never gonna happen.
And I want to put it on record here. Tudor sucks. Tudor sucks.
Yep, we're gonna play that every time he gets on.
Yep.
Yeah, but the dial on this one is not bad, I don't think.
No, it's just that the green one speaks to me.
The green does pop. I gotta, yeah, you are right about that one. The green does pop. That one's not bad though. And
no.
But I like the crown being recessed. It's a pain in the ass to pull it out. Okay, well, you're gonna have fun with that, I can tell already. But
that's
on
what
the
she
other
said.
hand, yes. On the other, it's a pain to pull it out, but on the other hand, I do like the crown being halfway hidden there.
Be prepared to be anally raped.
Zenith.
It's the same thing when you can't pull it out.
We need
Exactly.
a Zenith El Primo thing on the soundboard.
No, it's not even. He just the shitter one works as far as Archie's concerned. Yeah, I wonder if there's another one. Let's. Yeah, here's the thing: is what I like about those. There's not a lot with that integrated bracelet. There's hardly any. I mean, literally, I scooped up the one on eBay, and there's only one on Chrono 24, which is fantastic when you think about it. Now here's another one. It's a Movado. Same thing, same integrated bracelet.
I'm not feeling that at all.
Yeah.
The dial's a little too plain.
Yeah.
It's plain and busy at the same time. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Excellent
critique.
It ends up looking cheap.
Yeah. That one, where's that from?
And your Movado, by the way, your Movado kicks this Movado's ass completely. So, I mean, Movado could do much better. They could do better.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's not a lot out there, especially with I love the integrated bracelet. There's not that. Well, wait. Let's do watch recon.
Oh, your favorite watch recon.
That's not my favorite, but still, okay, nothing out there.
One of your favorites. One of your favorites. One of your favorites. You have all these sources, and you're probably never going to tell us all about
them. The biggest one, hell no. Well, actually, Doctor, I'll tell you. It'll just be you and me in the 16.1. Well, there's not really a whole lot of. Well, wait, there's another page. We'll see. Okay, whole nother page. Yeah. Sparto.
I'm telling you, I keep that the green dial keeps popping up because I saved it when I was helping you with that business there, looking it up, and it keeps coming up on my screen now. And every time I look at it, it's a little nicer. Somebody doesn't buy it. If it was the same, if it was $1,000, I would have bought it already. So, and I am still looking for the Daytona. I might pull the trigger for one in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
World War II, but stainless steel, manual wind.
Is that one that you've got, or you're looking at it?
The one I may get tomorrow. I might have two Zests tomorrow if I'm lucky. Ooh.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that you should. Sometimes you should quit when you're on top. Like you found that. I think you got a real sweet price on your surf.
Step away from the table while I'm still rolling sevens.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, or at least accept that in this round you did good. And then you can relax and come back to something else a little later.
Well, and like I said, I'm still hoping that they'll get the lug on the Movado triple date. So what do you, I mean, yeah. And here's the nice thing. I've been hearing reports saying that triple dates are now really, really back in vogue.
They could be a little bit like titties. I don't know that they ever really went out.
Yeah, but they're actually revisiting.
Bigger, more popular now.
Right.
Did you talk at all about your pie pan?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Ving's had a couple. He's Archie'd a couple.
Well, I think.
Wait, did Ving leave?
He left and he didn't even say goodbye. I have a feeling he just fizzled out or something. I have a feeling something happened to his signal.
Okay. Well, you want to go ahead, rather than sit here and make Archie money, you want to go ahead and end it
and make some money for ourselves.
Yeah, we're not going to make any money for ourselves. Dr. Bruce, which of the following pain meds is preferred to take once you're getting a third asshole from Honor Mars Brigade service? And I
already know what I want. Give me the Michael Jackson milk. Give me propofol. I want to be out of it. I don't even want to have to think about it. And if nobody wakes me up, oh well.
All right. I'd say let's go ahead and end it. Tanzil, thanks for your participation. Also, I hope you, yeah. Actually,
Tan's brought some strong questions tonight.
He did. He actually brought his A game. He actually touched, I guess he touched my Shatner's raw nerve.
Yeah, you gave a nice little speech.
Oh, I get so tired of that because it's just like there's.
I think he knew what button to press.
Oh, and he pressed it. Yeah. Yep, he pressed it. Yeah. I will suggest a vintage Movado to my friend who collects current shitters. All right, awesome. And your friend will have a good watch and you won't, so that's great with me. All right, let's end it. I'll give you a call, okay?
Sounds fine. Wait a minute, there's one there.
Oh.
What is that?
Where is the big rig?
I don't know what that means.
Big boy. I think he's talking. If you're talking about Archie, guess what Archie did? Yeah. I think someone showed up with a vintage Pepsi GMT 1 on a Jubilee bracelet and some KFC vouchers, so he left us. Oh, okay. And one last thing. I actually think in a lot of ways, Archie AC3 and Rolex have a lot in common. Okay? There's three elements that they both have. Laziness, greed, and an overwhelming sense of entitlement. Now, yeah, okay, now there are subtle differences. Okay, Archie is primarily lazy, but he is greedy. Sometimes the greediness will overcome the laziness and the entitlement. Rolex, on the other hand, is slightly lazy but extremely greedy, and I think that works. I think Rolex is great. They want all the money, but it's like they want to do the least amount of work possible to do it. That's why it's minor incremental increases or improvements every year.
That's that, and I agree with you 100%. I mean, how much effort did it take to take the Pepsi bezel off of their gold and put it on their stainless? Ooh, that was hard.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and they've already, like I said, they've been working on it, skunk working it since Gold Watch. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for staying on, listening to us. Tanzil, you got me. I actually like Tanzil. I think, yeah, you're right. He hit a raw nerve. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewind it and watch it again.
All right. All right. Be well, and everyone have a good night. Let's see what else they have at BaselWorld, but I really don't know if I care or not. See you, Doc.
See you.